Well, Thunderbirds, we made it. With only 2 more days left of the school year, we can officially say that summer is here. And as you can see, I'm in the brand new gym, or what we will call the Thunderdome. A big thanks to the construction crew, Erickson Hall, and all of their workers. We thank you for so much of the work you've done. You've made our campus look beautiful. And since we have the class of 2021 promotion tomorrow and the 8th grade breakfast on Friday, this is our final broadcast. So I thought I would highlight some of the best parts of this past year and some of the worst parts as well. And I'm going to use this semester's motto to help me out, which is remember the idea of staying connected, staying organized, and staying successful. And I like the word stay. So today I'm going to use the letters S, T, A, and Y to guide the broadcast. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. The first letter is S, which stands for social distancing, masks, and vaccines, all caused by this health crisis. And in order to stay safe, we were encouraged to stay at home for most of the school year with distance learning. This was one of the first things that made me very sad. Our new normal was wearing sweatpants and hoodies while we logged into Zoom and Canvas. Some of us turned on our cameras and some of us couldn't because we were playing video games or on our phones, or maybe even went back to sleep. Some of us enjoyed breakout rooms and changing our virtual backgrounds, and some of us were over the whole thing in September. Speaking of Zoom, here are some of the best Zoom fails. Check this out.
Settings. You might want to take
we're trying to, can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but.
Most of us are here, so if you want to pull out your Journeys book.
Those are some pretty fun fails. The next letter is the letter T that stands for technology, like Zoom and Canvas, iReady, and Among Us. And then we also had things like Nearpod and Flipgrid, Edpuzzle, and anything else we teachers could find to make learning more interesting. Technology was our life, since many people don't go to real stores anymore. They just order food through Grubhub, Slurpees on the 7-Eleven app, or maybe even their clothes on Amazon. This also makes me very sad. See, we're designed to be in community with each other, and most of us really like being around people. But this year we were forced to stay inside and stay away from other people. That's no way to live. But some people did make the best of it and figured out some cool new ways to make their time at home just a little bit better. ASB and Web hosted weekly Zoom parties and club meetings, and many of us picked up a new hobby. So we wanted to present to you some of the most awesomest stay-at-home activities people did this past year. Speaking of activities, the next letter is A, and it stands for activities like sports, movies, eating at restaurants, concerts, theme parks. Basically anything fun was canceled, and that makes me very sad as well. We couldn't see the Rams, Lakers, or even watch the Dodgers finally win a World Series in person. We couldn't go to concerts and sing it loud with Billie Eilish or Justin Bieber. We couldn't go to restaurants and share a meal with our family or friends. We couldn't even visit the happiest place on earth. And don't get me started on the silly idea of cancel culture. Come on, folks. People being canceled, shoes being canceled, toys were being canceled, even some animals were canceled. How silly is this? Although, it's pretty funny. And I found some really, really silly cancels that are also just a little bit funny. Check this out.
Using a polar bear to sell your ice cream, Klondike. Did you know polar bears were extinct? No thank you. Canceled. V8. You know what kind of emissions an engine like that puts out into the environment? I drive a Prius and that is canceled. Okay, I don't exactly know who this guy is, but I don't like his look at all. I don't like anything that this guy stands for. Canceled. Hola, tapatio. Una pregunta. You ever heard of cultural appropriation? Canceled. Oh, look at there. It's a woman leading a cow against its will to the slaughter, selling popsicles shaped as bullets. Wow, absolutely canceled. Blue ribbon, everyone's a winner. Thank you, that is the only brand of ice cream I will support.
And finally, we come to the last letter in the word stay. Remember, our goal was to help you stay connected, help you to stay organized, and help you to stay successful and safe. So the last letter is the letter Y, which stands for you. For many of us, this was the first time we could focus on ourselves. We didn't have to think about other people in class. We didn't have to get caught up in the silly, super silly middle school drama of he said, she said, he looked at me, she looked at me. We didn't have to worry about the way our hair looked, or if our clothes matched, or I wonder what her name thinks. You had time to think about you, your grades, your mental health, your future. Some of you had time to focus on becoming a better you. You started to write more. You started to draw more. You started to cook more. Maybe you got better grades than you ever have in the past. You started to appreciate your family more. You maybe even enjoyed spending time with them. Yeah, we were forced to slow down. We were forced to rely on ourselves more and not other people so much. We were forced to practice grit and perseverance. And we were forced to practice and produce a more positive attitude. Now this makes me happy. And speaking of happy, I think we all will be more happy in the fall when things get back to normal. When classes are back in person with our favorite teachers and sports are back and we are enjoying this great new gymnasium. And that is something to look forward to. So keep your head up, folks. This past year has been tough, but we're tougher. We're Thunderbirds after all. Thanks for tuning in to our final broadcast of the school year. My name's Mr. Plant. Have a great summer and KIT.